I'm feeling low.
Hello there, my lemon drops, and welcome back to the Lemonade Stand, or welcome if you are new. My name is Brianna. I am a certified personal trainer, a big, huge biology nerd, and a registered dietitian to be. And today, I am triggered. It's come to my attention that there is a new Beachbody program called 645, and in it, there is a specific exercise that is taking the Lemonade Stand by storm. And I don't mean that in a good way. Let's take a look now, shall we? Before we proceed, if you love science-based health, wellness, and fitness education with some lulz and some dry sarcasm along the way, why not hit that subscribe button? We would love to have you here at the Lemonade Stand. Without anything further, let's make lemonade. So this first one is not that kind of crazy exercise that I was just referring to in the intro just now. I didn't want to just throw you in a pot of boiling water. I wanted to warm you up first with a little appetizer. So this one looks like she's holding what I would call a V-sit, while also kind of doing some stuff with a dumbbell above her head. What she's doing with a dumbbell kind of reminds me of a shoulder exercise called an Arnold Press, named after the legend himself. I personally love a good Arnold Press. I'm not sure if I would pair it with an ab workout like this, but I guess this isn't terrible, but I would definitely make some adjustments, and I will show you those adjustments right now. So I'm kind of doing something similar to what she was doing in that clip there. This is just a variation of a really simple exercise I call a V-sit. I'm holding a medicine ball, but you don't need to. You can hold a dumbbell, or you don't have to hold anything at all. You should feel this mainly in your lower abdominals, and you will also feel this in your hip flexors as well. Go slow. Don't rush this, otherwise you're just throwing your body around. This may bother your lower back in some people, so if your back tends to bother you with certain exercises like this, maybe skip this one. Okay, so this next one I think is from a newer Beachbody program. I've seen it kind of making its rounds on Instagram, so let's take a look. Oh, also, so you guys know, I was just drinking a cold brew, and I drank it all, so I rinsed out the cup, and now there is water in here with some pineapple flavored sparkling water and a lemon slice. I recycled my cup. So that's what's in here. Starbucks did not give me this. I guess you can say I'm being very green by reusing my cup. Anyway, let's figure out what's going on here. Honestly, I'm not positive, but if I had to guess what was going on, I think this is a variation of what I would call a woodchopper. Woodchoppers are awesome exercise. They are a great core and abdominal workout. Generally, when you see woodchoppers, people are usually doing them on the cable machine, or if you don't have a cable available to you, you're using a resistance band usually. Assuming the goal here is woodchoppers, they're using a dumbbell here, and I don't really love that. Because of the direction that the weight is coming from, the weight is kind of more working your shoulders and like working your abs. I just really oversimplified that. Honestly, there's a lot of like physics that's going on here. But listen, I've said it before and I'll say it again. Physics was a struggle bus for me when I was in college. So I can't sit here and explain physics to you. I'm sorry. I know what E equals MC squared means. I know what that means. And that's about all the physics I can give you guys. But I don't know if E equals MC squared will help with this workout. If any of you guys are really good at physics, or maybe you studied physics, maybe you hold a PhD in physics, I don't know. Maybe you're good at it. Do some physics. Talk physics things in the comments. So again, I don't know exactly what this workout is trying to be, but if it's trying to be a woodchopper, I don't like it with the dumbbell like she's doing it here. I'm not going to say this exercise is stupid, because I don't think it's overtly stupid. I just don't like their version of it. Here's something else. Alright guys, I'm doing woodchoppers using a handled resistance tube. Setup is probably one of the most important aspects of this so that you even do the exercise correctly. So you're going to set up your resistance bands on something that is sturdy and position the band so that it's coming kind of out from the side of you around chest height or a little lower. For me, it's a little bit below chest height. I'm 5'3" for reference. For regular woodchoppers, if you want to target your upper abs, you're going to position the band higher and you're going to twist down to emphasize emphasize your lower abdominals, you're going to position the band lower and twist up. So to do this, you're going to start by planting your feet firmly, a little bit wider than hips width apart. Hold the handle straight out in front of you and use your torso to twist just your upper body outward while keeping your hips facing forward and your feet planted. In this first clip, I'm rotating out. You can decide which obliques you want to train, your left or your right obliques, depending on where you're standing. All you have to do is adjust your body position relative to the rope. And when I do this switch in the second clip, all I've done is move to the other side. And now I'm still twisting outward, and I'm just working the other obliques. And we've now arrived, you guys. So damn many of you sent me this workout. So many of you guys sent me like different people doing this exact exercise, and my response was pretty much the same across the board. Whiskey, Tango, Foxtrot. Just for the hell of it, let's watch another one. Here's another one. That was just a few. I have so many saved that you guys sent me of this exact workout, and it's just, oh my goodness. Several months ago, when I first started this series, there was an exercise from, I can't remember which Beachbody program it was from, but I dubbed it the 2020 because in my fitness professional opinion, it was ridiculous, dangerous for a lot of the people that we saw doing it anyway. They were doing it not correctly, so it could potentially be dangerous for those people. And it was just a general dumpster fire. I have since seen better versions of people doing the 2020, even people in Beachbody. I think I featured a distributor a while back who was actually doing it like technically right, you know, and then I've seen like other people doing it as well. So I don't hate it as much now as I did then. Right here, right now, on this day, I hereby declare this new exercise as the 2020. Let's talk about some of the reasons I don't like this exercise. The swinging thing. If someone is not careful and not being cued properly, they could really throw their back out. And then they're swinging the weight up and then snapping their shoulder back. Most of them are like some kind of weird diabolical upright row, which is just horrible for the shoulders. This move is, from what I gather, from a new Beachbody program called 645. Why it's called that, I have no idea, but I'll probably figure it out later at some point. Maybe when my sleep paralysis demon shows up at 3 a.m. at the foot of my bed doing this, he'll tell me. This exercise is like an upright row in a kettlebell swing had a baby, but the baby is very ugly and it got banished to live in the basement. What are we gonna do as an alternative? Let me figure something out. Alright, I'm showing you guys a single arm kettlebell swing right now. I need to say right off, this is a somewhat advanced exercise. I would not recommend a beginner attempt this just because there is a much higher risk of injury. But for those of you who feel so inclined to try it, then allow me to explain how to do this safely. This is pretty much done exactly like a standard kettlebell swing when you hold it with both hands. Most of the force of the movement is being generated through your lower body. So you need to brace your core and keep your back straight at all times while you were doing this to protect your back from injury. Get a firm grip on the kettlebell. You're hinging at your hips, not necessarily squatting as you bring the weight down, keeping your back flat. Drive up through your heels and your hips and snap your body upright so that it's straight, kind of like you're in a standing plank position. All right, next one. Oh yeah, I have Oreos today. Eating fudge-covered Oreos heals me spiritually. So I don't really know what's up with this one. It looks like some type of ab crunch, but what's throwing me is the fact that she's like holding the resistance band while she's doing it. I feel like if the goal here is an abdominal workout, then holding the resistance band is kind of like taking away from that. And then on top of that, and I can't know this for sure because we don't have the perfect angle here, but based on how she looks from the front, it looks like her back is probably really rounded out. And I'm willing to bet that's probably really bothering her lower back. If you're doing sit-ups with your back rounded out like this, I'm willing to bet that your back is hurting like hell and your neck is probably straining quite a bit too. So realistically, she's just holding a resistance band while sitting up and down and probably irritating her back. Yeah, holding the resistance band for this is honestly really pointless in my opinion. Anyway, here's an exercise that's not stupid. So I'm about to demonstrate crunches, but first I wanted to just show you guys the best hand position. A common issue I see is people interlacing their fingers behind their head and tugging on their neck, and then they wonder why their neck hurts during crunches. So the best method is to just rest your fingers behind your ears and cradle your head in your hands. And then the actual crunching part is pretty simple. Just make sure you use your abdominals and don't lead with your head. So this next one is a little clip of what I assume are a bunch of Beachbody distributors. I guess recently Beachbody had what's called Summit, which I guess is like Comic-Con, but for Beachbody distributors. Multi-level marketing companies holding big conventions is not really anything new. Oftentimes at these conventions, distributors will usually throw more money at the company that they've been losing money with. There's guest speakers, usually of the motivational type that spew cliched blurbs of toxic positivity. And there's a lot of talk about growing your business by recruiting more people into the business. But you guys, it's not a pyramid scheme.
Chest up. Oh my gosh.
Oh boy. I saw the group, yeah.
2.
Oh god.
I wonder who's leading this, because I feel like I hear somebody like talking, like kind of talking to the group, but we can't see it. Or, I mean, for all we know, they could be watching something. I don't know. So they're doing what I would call an isometric squat with a banded hip abduction. The biggest thing that I don't like about what any of them are doing, and from what I can see, like it looks like they're all doing this thing incorrectly. They're not really sitting very deep into that squat. Sitting deeper into the squat will help get your glutes more involved and, you know, recruit the glutes onto your team. Hello, my love.
Jesus. Hello. What are you doing?
Filming YouTube videos.
Okay. I wonder why you had your hair on.
That was my man calling, and I always answer my man when he calls. Anyway, another thing that I would recommend for if you want to do a workout like this, I would recommend using a glute band. Now, I see right now from what I can see, I see 2 girls using a glute band, but it looks like everybody else is just using a resistance band, which I would recommend against using a resistance band just because a glute band is stronger and thicker, and because of that, it's more resistance for your glutes. This exercise is not stupid, but I will show you guys a better way to do it, and I'll also show you the difference between a glute band and a resistance band. So first things first, let me explain the difference between a resistance band and a glute band. A resistance band, I like to say, is like a giant rubber band. They're rubber-like material, and they're usually not that wide, maybe just like 2 to 3 inches wide. A glute band is usually wider than a resistance band, probably between 3 and 4 inches. They're typically made of thick woven fabric, so they're pretty strong and offer quite a bit of resistance. And my favorite part of using a glute band is that in most, there's rubber type grips woven on the inside to prevent it from slipping and rolling up while you're using it. So now for the workout. I'm pretty much doing the same thing they were doing. I'm just showing you a better version that's actually working the muscles it is supposed to be working. I've got the glute band positioned just above my knees, and I'm holding a wall sit. And in my wall sit, my legs are bent at 90 degrees, so my quads are burning. And I am abducting my knees, that's spreading them apart from each other. And this is activating my glutes. All right, last one. Here we go. I don't like this. I don't think it's terribly dangerous, but I do think it's stupid. What else is new? I'm gonna go out on a limb here and assume that this exercise is from the program 9-Week Control Freak because she is using that ball. I'm not sure what's supposed to be going on. Is this abs? Is it calves? It almost looks like a calf massage. I just don't know how I feel about her like sliding that ball back and forth like that, like against her, between her calf and her shin. Honestly, what is that doing? This looks like it could be kind of like maybe a V-sit. Oh, jeez. All right, here's an exercise that is not stupid. So this is just a variation of a regular crunch. I call this a toe touch crunch. I've got my feet straight up and I'm just using my abs to crunch myself up and tap my toes, hence why I call it a toe touch crunch. You do have the option if you want to hold a small weight. Sometimes I like to hold like a small dumbbell, like maybe 5-pound dumbbell in my hand and tap my toes, but you really don't need to. This exercise is very dependent on your abs because if you lead too much with your head in this exercise, you can actually hurt your neck. So you really want to make sure your abs are doing the work and getting your hands up there to tap your toes. In conclusion, no thank you. I think I'll pass on these, especially that 2020. Let's all now recite our weekly mantra together. Just because you buy the starter pack doesn't make you a coach. The only requirement to calling yourself a Beachbody coach, Optavia coach, really like a lot of MLMs, they have like kind of fun, fancy sounding titles for their distributors, which I don't know. It's like they didn't really do anything to earn the title. Or like in Avon, for example, there's I don't know what each tier is named, but their ranks are called like regional vice president, regional manager, area manager. That sounds like so official and like so it sounds like a very high status position, but like is it? It's not, because like you're just a distributor from okay. If you made it to this point in this video, comment booty building. Confuse people who dipped out early. Thank you so very much for watching. If you enjoyed this, please like it and subscribe. Subscribe too. And join the lemonade stand because we are okay. And yeah, I think that's it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. Hey baby. You chillin'? You chillin'? Her brothers are outside in the yard just hanging out. They're all nice and tired because they had walkies and training today. Alpha's doing so good at her training. She's doing very well. She's very stubborn. Very stubborn. I mean, she's still stubborn. But once she gets it, she like gets it. Don't you, baby? She's training right now. She's doing a place right now. You're such a good baby. You want to go outside and get your brothers? You probably don't. I think they annoy the hell out of her. I think she likes it whenever they're not around. Sometimes we'll send them to daycare and have her at home, and she just loves all the attention that she gets because they're not there to just ruin things for her. You wanna go get your big brothers? Come on. Break. Alpha, come on. Don't embarrass me. Break. Oh, you want to stay there? Really? All right, you can stay. Watch him walk away and she's gonna follow me. Alright, well, I'm gonna go downstairs and get your brothers. You can chill there if you want. Hey, boy. Hey, big head. You nice and hot? Go drink some water. Alright, say bye. The camera's overheating. Somebody say bye. Bye.